Hello, my beautiful beings of light, of shining, glimmering light. Welcome today. I want to welcome you to my little living room of the earth. My special place. I came down. I'm sitting on my rock. Today is February 15th, 2021. And I just want to start out today just by saying how grateful I am today to be out here, to be in this space. We've had a few days of like we had a bit of a cold snap here in Ireland, and the weather just was really not nice. I opted to sit by my fire instead of coming out here, and it's really nice to be able to smell the fresh air and to see like there's new life that's starting to sprout up. There's the crocuses are up. The crocuses are bringing themselves up through the ground, and I can feel that spring is in the air. We might still have a few cold days, but I think I can see that spring is on the horizon, and that makes me feel wonderful. The only thing about spring is my allergies do act up, and so I have been suffering from a sinus infection, and so if I'm talking a little bit nasally and my nose is running, it's just because my allergies are at me, my sinuses, and I am wiping my nose again. I've been wiping my nose throughout the whole thing. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I pulled some cards today, and like I always do, and I really want to just go into starting to talk about it. Oh, I got a hole in my paper. Oh, no. I don't know if I can figure out what is in there. I think I can. My hole went missing. It's like something came and ate inside my piece of paper while I was walking down to the forest. So I pulled 3 different cards from 3 different decks. 2 of them are from my Faerie decks. The first one is called the Oracle, or the Cruach, and that's an Irish word which means goddess of the mountain, I think, is what this is saying for this card. But yeah, so this one came out, and this is from the Brian Ford Oracle of the Faeries, and this one is called Blessings, and this is also a Brian Ford deck. I can't remember the name of the deck, but I'll put it in the comments and down in the description so that you'll know where this deck came from. And the last but not least came from my Lemurian Starchild deck, and this one is called Surrender, and it's about release misaligned energies, retune to your truth. So I'm just going to go right into it, and I'm going to speak on the what the cards have to say for us today, and then I'm going to have a little bit of a teach by example kind of thing, where I'm going to give you an example of what these cards are saying in my life and what's gone on. So just to kind of help you understand how to like come out of this. Okay, so she of the Cruach. She of the Cruach means, in translation, goddess of the mountain. Her cup overflows with bounty for all. She is the yin energy of the universe, nurturing, compassionate, and wise. Her presence in this collective reading today brings in pure manifestation potential for all. It is necessary at this time to nurture and develop your dreams into reality. Whatever your dreams or hopes may be, start to dream again. Start to hope again. It's okay, dear ones. Everyone in this collective world has gone through much in the last year or so. Many people have lost so much: their businesses, their homes, their way of life, and loved ones. has been turned upside down. We no longer can attach to the old ways of doing things. It's time, dear ones, to surrender to a new way. That's the next card, I think. Surrender, because this card says surrender. It's time, dear ones, to surrender to a new way. It's time to dance to the beat of a different drum. It's time to fully release old misaligned energies and patterns and retune to your inner truth. Look deep, my friends. Look deep into your heart and soul and find a new way, a new passion burning inside of you. There is something there waiting to be birthed. If only you could just get past the thoughts and ways you did things in the past. Find a new way, a new twist. Find your spark again, dear ones. We are now in a time of living in the now moment. Just be, dear ones, just be. Try to fill your moments doing things you truly love. And then the blessings card. Try not to get the, I'm sitting in the water, so I don't want my cards to fall in the water. Okay, find the blessings. There is much to be grateful for. It's all in the way you look at it. Only you can change the way you think. So turn it upside down, on its head, and really start to dream big. You are free, dear ones. You are the only one standing in your way. So that's the card. Isn't she pretty? Look at her. She's the blessing. She's giving us so many blessings, the fairy of blessings, and she's saying, "Look it's all there. The light is there, and I'm giving it to you. But you have to take it. You have to take the light that she's giving, and you have to find a new way." So that leads me to the story. The story of my life, I guess. The story of how I got to where I am today. And it hasn't been easy. My story has been a struggle to find my passion, a struggle to find what makes my heart sing, and actually follow through with it. And then it's also been a struggle financially. I have had so many ups and downs. It's unbelievable. I mean, even when I was making money, back when I was living in the United States, I was working at a place that I really didn't like to work. So I was making all this money. And then I was spending it all on things that I thought would make me happy, material things. And none of it did. And so then I embarked on a new way of life, and I had an opportunity to come to Ireland, and I wanted to start all over. And I came with my ex-husband, and because he was from here, and we started all over again. And I took the money that I had saved in my 401k, and I used it to seed what I thought I wanted, and it was to buy the equipment for my ceramic studio, for me to start working with the clay again. And that's really what I was doing. I was trying to, I basically funded my dream. And then I started getting there, and then I went through a divorce, and I went through a time of like uncertainty, and back into the struggle financially, trying to get through. And then I started a new life with another person, and it wasn't all magical. I mean, like, it wasn't perfect. I wanted so many things out of my life, but I had to start all over again. And so I started working in a deli, just to like make enough money to keep going. And I was just so unhappy there. And then I worked my way into becoming a lifeguard for I wanted to work in a leisure center. And so I did, and I worked, and I got into the leisure center, and everything was looking really good. And my partner was working, he was doing what he loved. He's an artist, and he was working for a molding company, making designs and stuff, and we were happy. We were pretty happy. And then we got pregnant. And we have our little love. Andrew is now 13 years old. And but he came in 2007, at the end of 2007, and that is when the recession hit, and it hit hugely in Ireland. And we had just moved into our little house where we're living underneath my mother-in-law, who is it's like a little cottage underneath her. It used to be the turf shed, and now we're living in it. And thank God we did do that, because we didn't know that 2008 was going to bring the biggest recession that I ever could have imagined. And I didn't go back to work after having Andrew. And my partner, my husband now, he tried to find a new way. He lost his job. What he was doing. Everything just happened abruptly. And then we were just stuck there. And we went through a few years where there was a lot of depression going on in our house. In fact, I think we ended up throwing away the couch, because we had laid on the couch and just did nothing for so long that the couch was literally broken. It just like fell down to the ground. And we wallowed in it for a very long time. And then he started doing a chefing course. And so he said, well, I'm going to just upskill or whatever, and there's always going to be a job in Ireland for chefing, because there's restaurants and there's tourists and everything like that. And so he went off and he started upskilling himself with the chefing. And I was trying to do my passion. And so I spent a few years working in like an artist collective and trying to make my way as an artist and everything. And we struggled financially. And I remember there was times when we didn't even have enough money to buy coal to heat our house. And so I remember heating up water bottles and putting on lots of blankets and everything like that. I remember the struggle was real. The struggle was really real. And if we hadn't had the generosity of my mother-in-law, who let us live underneath her in the basement, I don't know how we would have gotten through. But we did. And then in 2015, there was an opportunity because everybody was out of work. The recession hit really hard, and they were trying to the government was trying to find ways to help people get back to work. And so I took the opportunity, and my partner, we took the opportunity to do something different. And we decided that we wanted to do something that we loved, and we wanted to wake up every day working for ourselves and just doing what it is that made our heart sing. And so we used and took advantage of a scheme that brought us to build our business called Clay Fun Art Studio. And we worked very hard at that. We struggled. There was many times when we were borrowing from family members just to get through. And we did it. We did what we needed to do. And we built it, and we built it, and we built it. And the years went by. And that was started in 2015. And we started doing hands and feet impressions for babies and we started teaching classes with pottery and ceramics. And then we also started having, like, we started hosting birthday parties for children, painting parties. And it started to get very, the first bit, it was really hard. I wasn't really good with business. We weren't really good. We're not business minded. We're artists. And at the same time, we started creating our own artwork, and really we didn't really do much with it. We just started creating again because we went through years of struggle, years of not being able to create because we were in depressions over the economy and everything. And we started, like, back in, finally in 2018, we started being able to financially succeed in a way where we were able to pay off everybody that we had borrowed money from, and we were starting to get somewhere. We were starting to get where we weren't going to need the help of the government anymore. It was just that close. It was just right there. And in 2019, my husband had a stroke in August, and that really, like, turned everything upside down. I tried to run the business without him. I tried to keep it going. I tried to keep it going. I struggled. It was really hard. And then 2020 came, and you all know what happened. We went into a lockdown, and we had no longer had a way of, our business just basically is gone. And everything that we worked for, everything that we put our hard, like, elbow grease into, everything is gone. It's really kind of sad. I went through a time where I would go out into the studio and I would look around and I would just cry because everything we worked for was gone. And then we just had a storage facility left there. We try not to cry. It's just a storage facility now. There's nothing happening in there. And it was really kind of sad. And I went through months of last year. I went through months where I just kept telling myself, this is gonna end soon. This is gonna end soon. We can start back up. It's no big deal. We're gonna be okay. And I went through, like, a little bit of denial that life was gonna get back to normal. And I've come to the realization this year that there is not ever going to be a new normal. This is not going to happen. We're never going to be able to go back to running the business the way that we did. And it's time to start finding a new way going forward. Because when this is all over with, I don't know as if we can start back up the way that we were going. Maybe we can, but I just don't know if that's going to be a possibility. So I had to start looking at ways to upskill and change my life in a different way. And I've been doing this Shine Your Light Network, and I really have been enjoying it. And it has been very much like a therapy for me going through, and also just it's helped me get out there and talk to people when we're just kind of stuck in the middle of, like, not being able to connect with people. And so it's been a godsend and a blessing. And so I had to kind of start looking at this in a different way. And so I started deciding what kind of changes will I like to make, and what do I really love to do, and what is it that makes my heart sing. And one of the things that makes my heart sing is past life regression therapy. I love that, and I know that it works, and I want to help people, and I love to work with crystals, and I want to form and create a healing modality that I can use to help people, to help facilitate people in healing. And so I have gone on, I've started to get my certifications. I'm working on getting my certification for the Reiki and hypnotherapy, and I've been working on all that kind of stuff. And so I've been trying to had to change the way that I thought about things. And, you know, life is never going to be the way it used to be. And I have to stop thinking in those terms, thinking about that. And I have to find a new way, just like everybody else has to do. And just like what the cards were saying, we need to find a new way. And at first I was looking at this lockdown for a little bit. I was starting to feel like I was in a jail. I was starting to feel like I lost everything. And how was I ever going to get back to the where I was? And I started turning it on its head lately. And it's become, this lockdown is actually becoming freedom for me. I know this sounds crazy, but it's actually becoming freedom. There's no schedule, and there's no like things that I have to do. There's no like, I don't have to run a business right now. I don't have to worry about like whether or not people are going to come to the studio or like try to like get more business or anything like that. Just try to keep going. Don't need to struggle anymore on trying to do that, trying to like market myself. That was not fun. That was not fun as an artist to try to market yourself. I'm not a marketer. I'm not a SEO, search engine modification, what is it called? Search engine optimization woman. And I just do whatever makes my art sing. So like, I don't have, there's no point or anything for me, like being a marketing lady. So, and then another thing that I'm doing is I'm delving into doing things that I never took time to do before. And one of them is writing. I think I'm writing a children's book. I don't know how it's going to happen. I know like what I'm doing. I'm writing a children's book. And I'm taking the time and I'm really enjoying myself. And then if I wake up in the morning, like yesterday, I woke up and I slept in until like 11. And then I started getting a really bad sinus headache. And I needed to lay back down again. So I laid back down. And a couple hours later, I think it was like about 9 o'clock in the evening, I decided, oh, I'm going to write a meditation up. I'm going to do a meditation. And 5 hours later, at 2 o'clock in the morning, I uploaded Lemurian Crystal and Star Mother meditation. So that was interesting. And so that was fun. And I'm starting to just be, in the moment. And, you know, and that's what we need to do. We need to be in the moment and not worry about like how much money we're going to make from it and all this kind of thing. Just do whatever makes your heart sing. And that's what I'm doing. And if I feel like it, I can create when I want. If it's in the middle of the night, then I'll do it. If it's not, I'll sleep. And I'm really liking this. I'm really finding that this is very freeing to be able to not be stuck to a schedule and not to be having to be somewhere at a certain time. I'm really enjoying it. Yes, we do need a little bit of structure in our lives. I have figured that out as well. I have figured out that I do need to have some purpose to get up for. And I have started scheduling new Shine Your Light shows, and I'm doing one a week. And I'm working with the other Unity hosts in the New Earth Ascending Consciousness. We've been working on bringing forward some new content into the group, and Bonnie is working on doing community chats and trying to get to know the members of the group, and it's really fun. And we're also creating a few more Unity circles, and so that's just keeping me going. And you know, we have to find a new way, guys. We have to find a new way to live our lives. You know, we're okay. We're going to be okay. Oh, after all of the times that I ever went through, all of the struggles, all the financial struggles, everything that I ever went through, at the end of the day, I was always, always, always taken care of. There was never a time that I wasn't taken care of. Sure, I didn't always have what I wanted, but I always had, and I was always given what I needed. And you need to trust that you will always, always be given what you need. And yes, sometimes you have to take action, and sometimes you have to place your pawn onto the chessboard or whatever. You have to put your piece of the puzzle. You have to stand up sometimes, and you have to start doing whatever it is that you love without worrying about financial gain or what it's going to do for you in the future. Just be in the now, guys. Find your spark. Find whatever it is that makes your heart sing. And then turn it on its head. If you've lost everything doing whatever it is you love, just like I have, I've lost it. I've lost that. Stop dwelling on it and find a new way. Because there's always a new way. And a friend of mine, we were talking yesterday, and she says to me, when one door closes, a window opens. Open your window, guys. There's something outside that window. There's something there. The window is opening and there's new opportunities out there. It's time to change the way you think about it. Start getting grateful for what you do have. Stop dwelling on what you don't have. And just start living. Just start being. Find that magic, find that spark, and just start shining it out to the world. That's all you can do. Keep on keeping on, my friends. That's the message for today. So that was a very long-winded message. I don't normally talk that long. But I just wanted to tell you how nobody's life is perfect. And we have all gone through so much. I think just about everybody in this world has lost something this year. Whether it be a loved one, whether it be their job, whether it be financial stability. You can turn it on its head, guys. Let's find the magic again. There's a hero in every single one of you. What's that song I used to sing? There's a hero. If you look within your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And when a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, when you cast your fears aside and you know you can survive, and when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. And it lies in every single one of us. I love you all. Keep on shining your light.